Welcome to MooMooMath and Science and the free version of Study Skills, a Teacher's Secret Guide to Making Your Best Grades. Chapter 7, Increase Your Chances of Success by Setting Goals. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible world into the visible. Tony Robbins. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. Earl Nightingale. The process of setting goals is pretty simple. Take some time to reflect on what you would like to accomplish. Write these goals down and put a date to accomplish them. Check on the goals often. Take action in order to accomplish the goal. Goals are powerful because they help you focus on what you want to accomplish in life. Please don't have the illusion that by writing down goals, they automatically are going to take place. Writing down goals is a step one, and then you need to follow up by taking some action. As you read the following stories about people who wrote down amazing goals and then accomplished them, you will notice that they had a dream, wrote it down, and then took action to accomplish their goal. The first story comes from one of my favorite books, Running with the Buffalo by Chris Lear. The author followed the University of Colorado cross-country team for a whole season and wrote about it. The star of the team was Adam Goucher. He was the best runner at his high school, but he wanted more. He wrote down 4 goals on a poster board that he hung in his room. The 4 goals were this: win the state championship, win Foot Locker Midwest, win Foot Locker National Championship, long-term goal, collegiate national champion, make Olympic team. His coach described how he often had to run by himself because no one could keep up with him, yet he never complained. Before the Midwest race, there was a blizzard, but he was still out training in the intense, frigid weather. During college, he ran very early in the morning to get in his miles. He possessed a strong desire to accomplish his goals, and he was willing to work for them. In the end, he was able to accomplish every one of his goals. He was a 2-time Colorado high school state champion, Foot Locker national champion his senior year, NCAA national champion in college, and a 2-time Olympian team member. All 4 of those lofty goals that he set and wrote on the poster that he looked at often in his childhood room came true with his talent and hard work. Here's another example. Jack Canfield is a world-class speaker and co-author of the popular book series Chicken Soup for the Soul. Although the series has sold millions of copies, the book was just an idea at one time. Jack Canfield had a goal of selling 1.5 million copies by December 30th, 1994. He wrote the goal down on a business card and carried it in his wallet. In addition, he vowed to do 5 things every day to help promote the book. By the target date, he had sold 1.3 million books. John Grisham has sold over 250 million books. His first book, A Time to Kill, was inspired by hearing a story of a 12-year-old girl that was told to a jury. He went home that night and started writing his first book. He set a goal of rising every morning at 5 a.m. and writing at least 1 page. He stuck with his daily goal and was able to write a book while working full-time as an attorney. If he had not set this goal, he may have never finished his first book and become a popular author. Another story. When John Goddard was 15 years old, he wrote down a list of 127 goals he would like to accomplish in his lifetime. Many of the goals were very ambitious, like going to the moon or circumventing the world. But he figured that if he accomplished all of his goals, he would have had a life of adventure and inspiration. After writing out the list, he did something that most people fail to do. He took action. The very next day, he started taking steps to accomplish his list of goals. Before his death, he was able to accomplish over 90% of his goals. When you write down goals and commit to accomplishing them, you give your brain direction and focus. I'll repeat. When you write down goals and commit to accomplishing them, you give your brain direction and focus. Bob Frapples loved reading motivational books. His favorite author was Jack Canfield. In his book, The Success Habits, Jack Canfield suggested that you should write down 100 goals you would like to accomplish in your life. This suggestion inspired Bob to write down a list of 100 goals. On one of his goals was to meet Jack Canfield and have a conversation with him. At this point, Bob had completed step 1 of accomplishing goals. He had written the goal down. Many people stop here and just wishing. What happened next is a perfect example of the power of writing down goals and then taking action. Bob noticed on Mr. Canfield's website that he was speaking in his hometown in a few weeks. He thought this could be an example or an opportunity to meet him. He bought tickets and went to the event. After Mr. Canfield spoke, Bob thought he could go down and meet him. However, many people had the same idea. Bob waited and waited patiently and finally got the courage to try to speak to him. As he went up to Mr. Canfield, the next speaker came on stage and Bob started looking for a seat. By chance, there was an open seat right next to Mr. Canfield. So Bob sat down. For the next 2 hours, he was able to talk with Jack Canfield between speakers, and they eventually became friends. Amazing things will happen if you set a goal and start taking action to achieve these goals. If you can define the why, then you can figure out the how. Again, if you can figure out the why, then you can figure out the how. So in summary, writing down goals helps you by giving you direction and focus in life. It may be fun to create a list of 100 life goals, and discovering your why will help you succeed and overcome difficult times. Up next will be Chapter 8, Memory Aids to Boost and Improve Your Memory. Remember, kindness multiplies kindness. Thanks for watching.